Hello traders, and welcome to another video review. Today is Wednesday, June 15th, 2022. Very important day for the markets, because if we take a look at the Forex calendar today, we can see very important events. Let's start from the fact that only the New York session is really important today. It's all because the key data that are scheduled for release. Core retail sales and retail sales from the US, of course, scheduled for release 2:30. Market participants expect the drop from 0.9 to 0.2%. Crude oil inventories at 4:30. As you can see, big drop is expected to happen here in inventories, and of course the main event of the day, Federal Reserve interest rate decision, statement, economic projections, and 30 minutes later FOMC press conference. The market participants expect the Fed to hike the interest rates from 1% to 1.50 at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. Nevertheless, it's very important to keep an eye on the press conference and on the economic projections, because there might be a lot of the clues regarding the future policy, monetary policy, further interest rate projections, and possibility of another interest rate hike. And of course the press conference during the FOMC meeting will give us another indications or clues regarding the answers about the hard questions for the FOMC members and of course the chairperson. So very interesting New York session, very interesting afternoon and evening tonight. So let's dig into the charts. Let's start our analysis with S&P 500. Daily time frame chart of the S&P 500 index is behaving according to our analysis. So far we've made the wave A, B and C to the downside. This big wave here, as you can see, a recent low was made at 3,704, which is just in line of the technical support, and this might be the end of the wave 5. So in the same situation, this 5 wave move to the downside might be the bottom for the wave C as well. So the overall correction A, B and C might be completed, and we should wait for the bounce. As you can see, I have put a bounce in 3 ways to the upside. So we got the wave A, wave B and wave C. Possibly the market during the bounce should retrace towards the level of 4,000, to be more particular towards the zone between 4,064 4,176. This is the zone where, from the technical point of view, wave C is expected to be terminated, and of course from the Fibonacci point of view, we have to wait for at least one wave to the upside to be present on the chart to see where the other ones can go. So S&P 500, we are waiting for the bounce on the S&P 500. What is going on then with the US dollar index? Very much related to the, of course, the policy of the Fed. We have made another higher high on the US dollar index. We traced all of these Fibonacci levels. New high was made at 105.62, and this high is again made on the lower momentum, which means this is another bearish divergence. Please remember that we can stay on the elevated levels together, momentum elevated levels like above 70 points and price elevated levels like this in this situation 105.62 for quite some time if the market is trending. And it's very clear the US dollar market from the bottom, even from the bottom of the 2021, on the beginning of the 2021, is in a very strong up trend. So we can stay here in the extremely overbought market conditions and keep making the bearish divergences. However, the market will keep going up after the pullback, right? Or a correction and then new high, correction and then new high. The termination of this uptrend is possible only when the sequence of higher highs and higher lows is violated and we have a significant lower low or bigger than expected price and time over balance. For now, we are keep going up. However, we might see some kind of a pullback if the SP500 will rally in the ABC correction to the upside. US dollar should go lower. Of course, this will be expected. This will be the expected behavior, textbook example behavior. And it will be considered as a kind of course, a pullback or just a simple correction. So the key technical support right now for the US dollar index is still 101.27. So we should be paying attention to this level. So what else? Of course, euro dollar. Euro dollar, as you can see, is very close to the lower levels of the recent zone. This zone is between 1.0343 and 1.0789. We retrace almost everything here. We tried to bounce yesterday, we've been pushed down. Today they are trying to bounce ahead of the FOMC. We will see how this will sustain. Basically, it doesn't look like a sustainable movement, and if there is a better or if there is a higher than expected hike, not from not towards the 0.5% but higher, then of course the euro dollar will drop like a stone and people will be buying American dollar. Euro will go down, American dollar will go up, which means that the US dollar index will rally even higher. So please keep an eye on the behavior of the euro dollar during the late afternoon and then of course evening during the FOMC interest rate decision and then press conference. Very interesting levels, very interesting behavior, and the remarks from the US dollar from the FOMC might have an influence on the US dollar, not only in the short term but in the longer term as well. Spot gold market, and as you can see, I got my broadening triangle pattern here. We will see how this will end up. So far so good. We are trading inside of the broadening triangle, very rare pattern, waiting for the FOMC to maybe trigger the move to the upside. Why to the upside? Because I think the ABC had been completed. Then there is a first wave to the upside, wave A, wave B, and wave C to the upside, and then of course again we will continue our up and down whipsaw movement, because it looks like a complex correction in progress to me, unless there is a different kind of a labeling. This is 1 or A, this is 2 or B, and this is 3 or C. In that situation, that would be some kind of a wave 4 correction, and then we should wait for another wave to the downside. However, if we take into the account the placement of the current wave in the context of the larger scale market view, we can see clearly that this is a 3-wave move to the downside, and only the corrective movement is in 3 waves. So that's the ABC on the gold, waiting for a breakout in either direction. Possibly preferred direction is to the upside. And last but not least, almighty Bitcoin. The Bitcoin market is not doing well. The Bitcoin market is not doing well because we are still going lower. The next target is of course 19,926. This is where the wave 5 is expected to complete, and then a bounce in 3 waves to the upside is expected towards 27,929. So far it looks good from our scenario perspective. Of course, we just made another lower low, 20,729, and the market is in the extremely oversold conditions, but we still wait for the touch below the level of 20,000 towards 20,926. Then the market is ready to perform 3 wave bounce to the upside. Maybe it will even be back inside the long-term channel. So that's my outlook for the Bitcoin. Very simple. Nothing changed much since yesterday. So we just have to stick to the plan, stick to our scenario, and see how the market will be playing this out. That's everything from me for today. Please remember, FOMC interest rate decision 8 p.m. today. Very, very important event. Higher volatility is expected, maybe even extreme volatility is expected all over the board. Stocks, futures, gold, Bitcoin, dollar, everything will react to the FOMC rate decision, and then press conference, of course, because of the remarks, possible hard questions, tough questions for the Fed chairperson. So stay awake, stay alert, because it's a very important day today. And we will get into the conclusions tomorrow after the dust will settle. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys tomorrow. Take care and bye-bye.